Good morning and welcome to our first press conference in February. We have a lot to get to, so I'm going to jump right in. Today, we have 3 topics. The first is Historic Preservation Guide. The second is our new Communications Director. And the third is Kakwa Bridge, and we'll also talk about the bike path public meetings coming up. I'm excited to share that we're ready to take applications from city residents and business owners for the Historic Building Improvement Grant. This is a great way to continue our efforts to preserve beautiful and important structures in the city and to help residents and business owners improve their properties. That helps everyone in Erie and increases property values and the attractiveness of our neighborhoods. Now, Aaron Snippert, the Executive Director of the Redevelopment Authority, will tell you much more about this grant program. Aaron, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm as excited about this program as you are. There is no doubt it will make a big difference for our city. The Historic Building Improvement Grant is a reimbursement grant administered by the Redevelopment Authority of the City of Erie in partnership with the city's Historic Review Commission. The program provides grants up to $15,000 for qualifying commercial and residential structures for exterior improvements, which include repairs to windows, doors, porches, roofs, gutters, etc. The funding assistance is for exterior preservation, restoration, and rehabilitation work of structures within designated or potential future historic districts within the city of Erie. The purpose of the Historic Building Improvement Grant is to provide critical resources to owners of historic properties to foster an attractive and safe environment for residents and to preserve the architectural heritage of the city of Erie while enhancing civic pride and a sense of place. Applications are now available through the Redevelopment Authority or the City of Erie websites. Chris Kinder, the Historic Preservation Planner for the City of Erie, will explain how to apply. Chris?
Thank you, Aaron and Mayor Schimber, for asking me to help explain this important grant program. Grant applications, along with plans for the projects, will be reviewed by the Historic Review Commission to ensure that all requirements are met, as well as to ensure that project designs meet guidelines. There is no deadline to submit your application, but all projects must be under contract by the end of December 2024, so we have a limited time. The Historic Review Commission will vote on applications during the Commission's monthly meetings. Those meetings are held on the first Monday of each month at 1 p.m. in City Council chambers. If you have any questions about the grant or need assistance with the application, you can contact my office at 814-460-3096 or email me at ckinder@erie.pa.us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aaron and Chris. Appreciate that. It's really great information. I look forward to seeing these projects create more welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods in Erie. Now we'll go from one Chris to another. We've had several new hires recently at the city, but today I'd like to introduce Christopher Millette, our new Communications Director. Chris comes to us from the Erie Times News and GoErie.com, where he served as the managing editor. Chris has been here less than 2 weeks, but he has already really jumped into the work. Among many other things, he'll be responsible for ensuring the city communications are accurate, effective, timely, and consistent, being the first point of contact for the news media, organizing our news conferences and community forums. I've actually known Chris for decades, including my entire tenure now as mayor. I'm thrilled to now be able to work with him. Now, Chris will tell us more about his role. Chris?
Thanks, Mayor. And we definitely go back further than your mayoral tenure and the time on the 5th floor. You'll remember that, before I was managing editor of the Times News, I was the photography supervisor. And you'll also remember that I spent many afternoons in your dining room and in your kitchen photographing colorful fruit salads and hearty soups and delicious desserts that for Rhonda's Food Stories for the Times News. I've spent many years as a journalist on that side of the podium. It's a little unusual to be on this side now, but I'll have to get used to it. And I'm thrilled to be here for sure. Definitely the most important thing that I can do is focus on getting accurate and timely information to the city's residents, business owners, and visitors, whether it's through our website or social media channels or through the news media or through print publications that we distribute from the city or in person at community events. So we're doing great work here for you, and we just need to focus more on getting that message out and getting the information delivered. I'm also committed to improving communications and planning with the city employees and also our governmental partners and our community groups and our community partners, including neighborhood groups and nonprofits. We have a lot of work to do. I'm grateful to and excited to get to it with this team.
Thank you very much, Chris. You are already doing great work and really improving our organization and our communication with the press. Now, my wife Rhonda is a great cook and wrote columns for the Erie Times for 30 years. She always enjoyed working with you and is a little jealous of me now because now I'm the lucky one to have the relationship with you. Before we wrap up today's press conference, I want to remind everyone that we have 2 public meetings planned over the next few weeks. I'll start with the last one first. We are ready to update you on the status of the Kauqua Bridge project. The bridge was built in 1920 and routed Kauqua Club Boulevard over Ravine Drive on Erie's west side. It was demolished in 2021 because of advanced deterioration that had occurred. A new vehicular bridge is now planned, which will include enhanced sidewalks and for pedestrians and for cyclists as well. This meeting will provide the public with project developments as well as serve as a forum to present new bridge alternatives and solicit public feedback. We're replacing the bridge because of the neighborhood input that we received through a survey that we did. Until we have a final design, we won't know the cost, but we do know that it won't cost city taxpayers anything. The Act 89 $5 local use fee administered through the Metropolitan Planning Organization paid for the demolition and the new design. Likewise, once final design is approved, we will seek the same $5 local fee funding for the construction period. The public meeting on the bridge project will be held Thursday, February 23rd in City Council chambers right here. So sign-in begins at 5:30 and the presentation at 6. Finally, I want to talk briefly about the Green Garden Boulevard Bikeway project. The design proposal from our consultant includes bike lanes on the Green Garden corridor, which is the first phase of this project. The improvements along Green Garden corridor would be made between the intersections of Bayfront Parkway and West 38th Street. The proposed project will feature new pavement markings compliant with the current federal safety standards, including bike lanes, shared lane markings, crosswalks, as well as signage. North of 26th Street, bicycle facilities will be accommodated by narrowing the existing motor vehicle lanes south of 26th Street. Buffered lanes will be accommodated by restricting on-street parking. Work would occur during 2023 construction season. Now, there has been some confusion about this work. To be clear, we're still in the planning stages. Nothing has been set in stone yet. That's why we took public comment online at the February 1st City Council meeting, and why we are holding one more public session dedicated to the project. That session will be on next Wednesday, February 15th at 5:30 p.m. right here in City Council chambers. We'll start with a short presentation and then take comments. We look forward to hearing more from our residents and business owners about the design. I'll end by asking concerned residents not to jump to conclusions, and City Council has approved these routes back in 2021 as part of the Active Erie Transportation Plan. We will listen to everyone and take your concerns seriously. We also want our community to be welcoming to everyone, regardless of your race, your gender, your religion, or in case you preferred a method of travel. So let's come together and have a fair, respectful conversation all about this project. And that concludes this week's press conference. Please continue to follow us on social media for the latest updates on everything happening here in the city of Erie. Our new communications director, Chris Millette, is already doing a great job with this. Everyone who spoke now is available for interviews. Thank you very much for being here or watching.